From the great halls of their house, there are assembled three who hope to one day be the world's greatest driving heroes. Created from the cosmic legends of the universe comes our team captain, the Vision, Bill Fisher. Their soon-to-be Wonder Woman, Vicki Fisher. Our Captain Marvel and head flight trainee, Jennifer Skripchuk. And our Batman, the master of tools, gadgets, and all things mechanical, our mild-mannered soon-to-be billionaire, Alan Danvers. Their mission, to fight injustice, share what is right and wrong, to get you out of your house and come out racing with them, and serve all mankind. They are the Garage Heroes in Training Team. Dominating with Dawson.
Captain's Log Supplemental.
So, Miss Vicki.
Yes, sir.
Do you remember when we were watching those WRL events and some of those grid life events where you used to see the in-car video and it had like the cameras seeing front and back, but it also could see all the telemetry and everything that was going on?
Mm-hmm.
You know, most of the ones that we liked were taken by the Sentinel system. Remember James came on our podcast earlier?
Right.
You know, we have no excuse since he lent us one for trial and demonstration purposes. We should actually probably put that in one of our cars. Maybe two.
I really think we should.
I think we should.
I know.
Because then we'd look like the immature endurance racing team that we are. Oh, wait, I mispronounced that, didn't I? Sorry, my bad. We could
So what does the
have,
Sentinel system do?
we could have 3 cameras with picture-in-picture. We could have, if we ever get the AIM system to work, open invitation to anybody from AIM to come on and give us a little bit of love. We need some help. And then we could have all our telemetry on there. And then we can have it streamed live into the paddock or around the world to our millions of fans. We're apparently very popular in Kenya right now. Don't know why, but that's fine. And it can integrate all the available race statistics from like Race Hero and everything. So we could actually see how we're doing on video. We wouldn't even have to carry around our phone anymore. Live.
I love it.
All right. I got a question.
What's that?
I made up the question and I'm going to ask. And the 3 of you are going to have to answer.
Okay.
You ready?
Fair enough.
Apple bottom jeans, boots with
Nope.
the fur.
No, different question. Dominated Dawson with Jeremy and Vicki. I've got questions.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
A listener wrote in a question that I
Good.
then manipulated in a very devious way.
Shocker. What a
I know.
shock.
All right.
You're easy. You
Can
really
we-
are easy.
Hard to
Can
imagine.
we hear the actual question from the listener before the modified
No.
version?
I'm sure you can't. I'm sure
Okay.
you cannot.
You could, but I can't find it right now. Sorry, time's limited.
Okay.
You know, I've only got so much tape in this.
Can we
stuff.
hear it after the modified question?
Perhaps.
Maybe.
Perhaps.
Maybe.
It seriously would take me a bunch of time to find it because it's in the Facebook and Facebook search function sucks.
Ooh.
Oh, it's in the Facebooks.
Yeah, it's in the Book of Faces. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So here it is. For the purposes of this question, you are the Stig. Okay.
Oh, okay. I saw this in the notes. I was like, what's the Stig question going to be?
The Stig question. Okay. So now, being the
There we go.
Stig, you have people coming in who know perhaps nothing about driving on track, who will then be given maybe an hour or two, and then they will actually have to fire out on worldwide TV their fastest lap.
Mm-hmm.
How do you teach them? Jeremy does
I
this
just
like
always
professionally, so sort
yeah,
of.
I was gonna say I just always assumed that they got pretty much like a hyperdrive with the Stig, and then they just kind of got maybe they rode with him a few laps, and then he rode with them. I don't know. I just always assumed it was kind of like a driver education experience for the guests on those shows, and then they kind of just got out there and did their goofy or impressive best,
Well, I know what they do, but I'm at the point of the
You
question.
you
was
have 1 hour?
hour, maybe 2.
Okay. I think the way I would start it is I would turn 3 laps
with you driving.
with me driving,
Mhm.
stop, get out, get them in the driver's seat. Now let's go turn some laps. Turn, 4 or 5 laps, see where I can help them improve, where, depending on their skill level, where I can help them improve. Stop, talk about where we can improve, go out, work on that thing real quick, that one thing, whether it's braking in turn 4, braking, whatever it is, work on that for 2 laps, come back in, talk about the next thing, the chain of events, and just work on progressing from there.
So you run out of time, right?
And then you run out of time. And then,
Okay.
I mean, I think that's how I would try to approach it, depending on their skill level and how they drove the first, 4, 5, 6 laps, whatever it was that I had them drive.
Okay. All right. Miss Vicki, before Ben gives us the correct answer.
I'm not qualified to answer that question at all.
Aren't you going to be an instructor by the end of this year?
I am going to be instructor, but I'm
Nothing to
also
add.
only like a level 3, so I am not qualified to answer. I mean, you guys have all leveled out, so.
All right. So this
way to punt like a pansy.
this question, the question is ultimately, somebody's got to go do a Stig lap. How do you get them ready?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, my biggest frame of reference is just from my own experience and coaching people and training people to drive fast at driver education events. And I think like Jeremy said, I would probably show them a little bit in the car with them riding, and to show them what the car is able to do, and then so they can believe it. And then I probably would spend the rest of the time riding with them and cheerleading and saying, helping them get their timing down, timing of inputs, and showing them, reminding them and showing them what they can get away with. And then they're out there on their own making a lap. It sounds like I feel like I just said the same thing Jeremy said. So what are we getting wrong?
So this, we have now reached the point in the podcast, Jeremy's favorite part,
where Bill's going to tell us the correct answer.
Yeah, where Bill's going to reverse engineer the answer.
The correct answer.
The correct answer is, here's what I think you should do. You should take them out for a lap or 2, right?
Yep.
Just to do that. And then what I would do is, first I would put them in the car.
Are you going to bench him for the whole hour and a half?
Nope.
And then just make him go blind?
No. I'm pretending I like these people. What I would do is either take them out for some short laps, like low speed laps, 1 or 2, just to get them started. And then I would do a few drills. Specifically, I would do a braking drill so they know what the brakes can do, because they're probably not experienced with the brakes. And then I would do some type of drift or skid pad if there's available, or a big long sweeper, and have them find what the limit feels like and find how the car behaves and see that it's not something to be scared of. And then that's the only part I would add to what you guys did.
I'm calling it horse shit on that, with the time limit that we have, because nobody's getting a skid pad set up and doing drills within an hour and a half. I'll tell you this.
I'm with the BBC, buddy. I got the BBC backing. I am in.
I'm also assuming, think about this. This is one of the things I thought about when Jeremy was describing his approach, is if we're truly kind of replicating a Stig lap where it's somebody who's, because all those people, I mean, think about it. Like Tom Cruise went out and did it, and he was already a massively impressive person. But like if you're most of these people are pretty impressive people in their own fields. You know what I mean? And you got to be pretty on the ball to be at that level of anything, whether it's acting, whatever it is. So you're usually dealing with people who are pretty. Yeah, you're dealing with people at that level are pretty quick on the uptake. You don't get where those people are without being pretty quick on the uptake. So I'm going to go in there as their teacher, assuming a certain level of impressiveness of how quickly they're going to learn. I'm going to be going there presupposing a lot about how impressive this person is going to be. I'm going to expect to be out there, go out there and go, all right, watch me do this a few times, and then I'm going to be out here with you, and then we're going to get tuned up. And I would just be showing them with the actual example of the track, do this here, because I'm really, if my job for the BBC is to go out there and have these people look as good as they can possibly look, I'm going to teach them. I'm going to teach them to the test, which is that track right there. They're going to look good for 10 minutes and then forget it the rest. They'll forget it the rest of their life, but they'll look good for the 10 minutes. They need to look good.
Yeah,
that's how I do it.
So you know what this brings?
Uh-oh.
If you have a better idea of how to be the Stig and what they should do,
yeah,
write in. GarageTrading@gmail.com.
And Ross, that doesn't include you. Sorry,
No.
buddy.
We'll take his input. We'll take
No,
it under advisement.
we will definitely take any advice.
That's right.
Ross, Sam Smith, Jeff Braun, any of y'all, just go ahead and jump on in with any feedback you got or any yarns about that specifically.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's with
Ben-
a yarn.
Just in case he's not aware, Ben Collins, obviously podcast listener, if he feels like writing in, that's fine too. And if we're not sure, we may call you back and have you on just to discuss this just a little bit. All right.
Little bit.
Little bit. Okay.
All right.
Another Dominating with Dawson. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you.